Hey troops, it's Roy from Geeks Adventures. Woo! Broadcasting from the Clintonville section of Columbus, Ohio. So got a quick toy review today of the Hasbro Marvel Legends Walgreens exclusive. Dang, that's long. Nova figure. Wow, it's like a Star Wars title, 87 lines long. But anyway, so yeah, right now, let's see. I believe, if memory serves, the Walgreens exclusives, they're all doing like cosmic versions of characters. The first one they did was, I guess, what was it, Silver Surfer with Mjolnir, and I'm like, well, how cute! You just repainted a Silver Surfer figure and you stuck in, woo! The good news is though, for this next figure, they decided to go with something they really need, which was a classic Nova figure. Now, granted, we've already got. Let's see here. They did the Sam. They did the Sam version of Nova. They also did the more recent, I guess, Nova Prime Richard Rider version. But they hadn't. It's been a while since they did the classic version of Richard Rider as Nova, based upon the original costume. They did one a long time ago. That. So they came out with a new one, though. Yay! And they got to, repackage it and woo. Anyway, so here is the box. And yes, it's the man called Nova. If you're trying to differentiate between the two, that's probably a key thing you want to take a look out for. The classic Marvel Legends box. Very cool art, actually, though, on all sides. And let me give you all a quick peek at the figure itself. The classic old school costume. And an accessory. Let's do some more details, all right? And here it is in all of its glory with, now, this is the one accessory. Now, I could have sworn this dude was a character, was a new member of the Nova Corps in the more current incarnation of Nova. I could be wrong. I need to do some more research. I should have done that. Anyway, but the other accessory you got are two-fisted hands. This is one. The other one is somewhere in the box that I was transporting all my stuff in. I don't know where it went. But you get two-fisted hands. And that is it. Unfortunately, they kind of skimped on the accessories a little bit for the same price point. So it's like, guys, you're going to do that? Could at least add a bit more stuff. Maybe add like some blast effects for the hands or propulsion effects for the feet. Something. Just saying, all right? The figure itself, as you can see, it's a gorgeous figure. Like I said, this is based on the original costume when the figure was, when the character, was first introduced in the book, A Man Called Nova. The Man Called Nova, And, this is a beautiful figure. The classic costume, the original Centurion symbology on the chest. I love the blue on the eyes. It's a nice touch because it makes it look like, the helmet. The thing that's easy to forget is this is really in some ways a suit of armor. It's not quite Iron Man-esque where, you've got, well, actually, technically it does have AI. But yeah, it's not meant to just be, the suit. It is actually armor. So, for me, whenever I see this blue, it kind of reminds me of the heads-up display that Tony has. You see in the MCU films with Tony, with Iron Man. So, this blue tinge here in the eyes are reminiscent of that HUD display. But, if you look at the figure... Oh, the other hands are these blasty flight hands. And, of course, because this was printed in, was it the 80s, I believe? Gotta have shoulder pads. Nice thing is, like the Iron Man Centurion figure, the shoulder pads are actually attached. They're part of this arm piece here, so they move very well. Articulation on the figure is magnificent. You got double jointed elbows, knees, double jointed elbows. Um, I mean, it's really a beautiful. It's a. This is one of those cases where the figure is simple. Okay, it doesn't have 5 tons of all of this sculpting. It doesn't have fancy paint. There's nothing to hide a lot of imperfections, and unfortunately, there are imperfections like this weird bubbling that happened back here on the helmet. That was odd. It is not a perfect figure, but what it does well. I mean, you got this wonderful paint here. The gold pops really well. The articulation is really, really cool. So you can do cool flight poses like this. Pew, pew, pew. Hey, it would have been kind of cool to have flight effects and maybe a flight stand. Just saying, when you're going to charge $20+ a pop for these things. And you don't get a Build-A-Figure. So, hey, just saying. Yeah, the neck also has wonderful articulation. So, it looks down and looks up incredibly well. So, with the ab crunch, like I said, pew, 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 pew. Okay, technically pew, pew, pew is coming from the hands, but you get the idea. So yeah, that's what it looks like. So there you go. Man called Nova. So yeah, if you're looking to, and actually the nice thing is if you do want to, say, recreate the Nova Corps army building time, people. Now at this point, I got this secondary market. Yeah, I have no patience. Yeah, you guys know that. It is, so, so right now, at this point, hopefully it's starting to pop up at Walgreens across the country. But, it shouldn't be too much longer. So, accessibility should be okay. Like I said, hey, army building time for Nova Corps. Yeah, cool. It's a really nice figure. Like I said, the beauty of one of the kind of standout things about it is that the simplicity. I mean, there isn't a whole lot to hide the imperfection. So fortunately, if you find something screwy, really guys, it sticks out. But on the other hand, what you get is a beautiful representation of the first appearance of Richard Rider as Nova. And if you're like me, who's been waiting to complete a set of Marvel Legends Annihilation characters, from Annihilation Wave, the was it Annihilators miniseries, I believe, or at least the characters that appeared in the when Richard Rider was basically fighting Annihilus. Quasar is on the way. It's supposed to be out like June, something like that. Yay! So there you go. Hey, hope you guys have a good rest of the weekend. May the force be with you. May the odds be in your favor. And as always, be good to each other, okay, peeps? Y'all take care. Peace. Bye.